I'm not sure who needs to hear this message, but I need to tell you what just happened to me. Long story short, I'm coming out the grocery store. You know me, 2, 3 bags in my hand. And I see somebody that got their hood popped. And they outside standing right by the hood and like they looking at me. And you know me, I'm parked probably like 4 or 5 slots right down from them, like we on the same row. So I'm walking in that direction. And you know me, I'm kind of nosy. I'm gonna be real. It is what it is. I'm nosy. So as I'm walking, I'm kind of looking under their hood too. Like I'm trying to see what's going on. That's when they turn to me. They say, "Hey, you think you could give me a boost?" You know me, my head on the swivel. Cause it's real in the streets, man. You go trying to give somebody a jump. You think you're going to get somebody a jump. You gotta make sure you ain't getting jumped, man. Who all in the car, man? Why is that door opening up as you talking? I'm just saying. You feel me? The hood is blocking everything. What's going on in the car, man? I can't see what's in there because of the hood, man. So boom, I'm walking. They say, "Hey, can you give me a boost?" I said, I'll be over there in a second. So boom, I went and put my groceries up. I'm taking a little peek over there. You're saying if I really want to go over there, you feel me? But nah, it seemed like it was cool. So I got my cables, and I brought my cables over there. I say, yeah. I say, what? I say, what's going on? They say, I just need a little jump. That's all, a little jump. I say, oh, okay. Now I'm gonna be real. Let me backtrack. I remember about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. This is just random. It does have something to do with the story, by the way. But somebody had asked me to give them a jump, right? And when I jumped their car off, my battery died. Like the next morning, I went to crank it, and my stuff's talking about. I'm like, they took all the juice out my battery. You feel me? And see, I never forgot that. I'm gonna be real. I never forgot that. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give them a boost. And even if it take away from my battery, I'm gonna go and give them a boost. But this is what I told him. I say, look. I say, how did it sound when you cranked it? He said, man, it stuttered. He said, it ain't working. Like I need a boost. I say, all right. I said, can I see your key? He look at me like, I say, well, look. Yeah, I say, look, this what you could do. Like, because he ain't want to give his key. I don't blame him. You feel me? I don't blame him. Don't get them keys up. You feel me? Keep your keys. I told him, I say, look, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go back in your car and turn it so just the battery on. Like, don't twist it all the way and crank it, but just turn it to where the battery on. And we're going to let it sit for like a minute and then try to crank it. That's going to allow your battery to rev up. See, when you got a bad battery, don't just put your key in and crank it. Put your key in, turn it a little bit, let the battery come on, let it rev up. Then you could crank it. So he looking at me like, all right, I'm gonna try that. Because I got the cables, but in the back of my mind, I'm trying to run through different solutions so you don't take all my juice out my battery. You feel me? I need my juice. I'm trying to get home, homie. So boom, he put the key in there and he just let it sit. He kind of looking at me like, all right, like I done did this before, like, but did you let it sit for a minute, homie? You feel me? I almost put a timer on my phone and played it, but I ain't want, that would have been a little too much. But I just, made a little conversation as a minute went by, whoop-de-woo, wham-wham. And then I say, all right, I said, go ahead and turn it over. I said, it should crank. He looked at me. He looked back. Homeboy say, school. He looked at me and say, man, how that happened, man? I say, I done been in that situation before, man. I know what it's like to be the dude in the parking lot flagging people down, talking about, hey, I need a jump. Hey, I need a jump. I'm going to go buy a battery whenever I leave here. You know how we do, and we don't end up buying no battery. Walking around with your cables on your front seat, talking about as long as I back in when I park, Somebody be able to jump, give me a jump. That's what I used to do. That was back in the day. I used to back in everywhere. I'd be like, in case this mother don't crank, that way everybody got access to the front of my car so somebody could jump me. If that story ain't had nothing to do with anything, man. You know, but long story short, man. Hold on. What a black one at? Long story short, what I'm trying to tell you, I didn't end up having to use my cables, but I need to talk to you about the cables. You see, you got to plug into Jesus. He is that jump start. So watch this. You take the cables. Don't literally do this. I'm just using an analogy with this. See, the cables, you clip them on your word, and then see the other end is, guess what? Connected to you. So see, God is your source. He is what charges you up. He is what fuels you. Because see, you can't pour out from an empty cup. You got me? So in your life, you need to be connected to God. And if you ever feel too low, you feel like, man, I ain't got no clarity. I ain't got no peace. I'm in a bad mood. This going wrong. That's going wrong. I don't know what I'm going to do. You need a jump start from the Lord. You need to get plugged into him. You need to get in your word. You need to pray and surrender that situation to God. That's why the Bible says to cast all your cares on him because he cares for you. Now, I would have been cool if God would have said in his word, DeMarcus, cast 5 of your cares on me because I care. I would have been like, cool, I got 5 of them. Here you go. I would have just been grateful for the 5, but he ain't say that. He said, cast all your cares on me. Oh, we cooking with grease. Nah, you talking about all right. So anything I go through, if I find myself overthinking it, I pause right there and talk to myself. This is what I do. I'm telling you what I do. I say, DeMarcus, do you want to keep on overthinking that situation, or do you want to surrender it to the Lord right now? Which one you want to do? And every time I ask myself that, I always answer the same way. I'm going to give it to God right now. Because it's better that you put it in God's hands instead of in your mind. Because see, worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it gets you absolutely nowhere. And worrying is like worshiping the problem. Don't do it. Don't do it. See, either you could worry or you can have faith. Choose one. You got to choose one. We all going through something. Everybody going through something in life, man. Life be lifing. But listen, you ain't got to sit here and consume and worry about it. Like, you know, do what you can and leave the rest up to God. You got me? Yeah. You can't control if it start raining, man, but you can pack an umbrella. I'm not gonna walk around stressing about, oh, it might rain. Oh, it might rain. Oh, I'm gonna pack an umbrella and that's it. That's out of my mind. And what is the worst case scenario? You get a few raindrops on your ankle? That ain't never hurt nobody. See what I'm saying? Situations, you gonna go through things. You gonna get some bumps and bruises. You gonna go, but you gonna be all right. He said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. That means God gonna get you through it. You got me? So today I need you to use God as your jump start and let him ignite you and be reminded of his word and his presence. Yeah, because he's the only jump start that you need. He'll jump start you right now with peace. Because see, peace is not something, it's someone. Peace is him. So get plugged into him. You feel me? I love you so much. If you made it to the end of this video, I need you to hit that like button. Oh, then I need you to comment the words, God is my source. Because that's right. God is your source. Yeah. Hey, your source. So I got my toolbox back. You got to be ready for anything. You feel me? Keep the toolbox. You feel me? I love you so much. I'll see you in the next video.